and the girl is not forthcoming, you will now begin to hear things like, it's not like you are that fine. We just want to help you. It's not like you are anything special. Is it because I brought myself so low to talk to you? Who do you think you are? Waiting exposes the intent of the heart. As it works in the physical, that's the same way it works everywhere. Somebody can be in church. Yeah, oh, Lord. And God looking at this person says, this person's heart is not right. People wait. Timeline. It should show up before this time. If it doesn't show up before this time, I know what to do. And sometimes, once you give God time, it will pass your deadline. The moment you give God time, it will pass your deadline. Who are you to give God time? Do you know who He is? The one who is not living in time. Your life will pass like a flash of yesterday, and it will start something new without knowing you even existed. That's not the kind of creature you give time. You submit to His timing. Continue that scripture. To humble you, to prove you, to know what is in your heart, whether you will keep His commandment or not. So in the place of waiting, your obedience. Are you following what I'm saying? Somebody can get to a place immediately, waiting on God for something, obey, do everything. As the thing is not showing for the person, start showing the real character. This guy will take this girl out. So that's the best example I can give. She wants to sit down in the eatery, he will even bring chair backward and sit down. You know, they say the only time an African man opens car door for the wife or for a woman is either when the woman is new or the car is new. When the car is new, don't spoil the door. So let me open it. Intentions. Intent. They come out through what? Wait. Even you don't know how vicious your heart can be until you are made to wait. You don't even know the options you can explore. There's no waiting that is palatable. Two kind of waitings that may be a bit different and very excruciating. One is waiting on God for a child. Because there is a biological timeline. And as people approach the biological timeline, the desperation that can dig out certain possibility start coming out. The second one is to wait for a future partner as a lady. That, if by this time I'm not married, this. What happens is compromise of values. At this point, it doesn't even matter. All the kind God said, He doesn't need to bring it. If an allergy comes now, I'm good. As long as he has money. It is waiting that shows you whether you have standards or not. Are you learning something? Let me show you one more scripture. James chapter number 1. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. Two more times. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. the last time, loud and clear. I have decided.
I have decided
To follow Jesus.
to follow Jesus.
I have decided.
I have decided
To follow Jesus.
to follow Jesus.
I have decided.
I have decided
To follow
to
Jesus.
follow Jesus.
No turning back.
No turning back.
No turning back.
No turning back.
Two scriptures as I close. James chapter number 1 from verse 3. Or let's start the reading from verse 2. Says, James 1 from verse 2 says, My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have a perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Now, this is the very bitter pill to chew, which is the last verse I want to give you. Hebrews chapter 11. Let's start the reading from verse 32. Hebrews 11 from verse 32. Now, let me say this as I wrap up. True waiting is getting to the point of resolve that if it is not God's way, it is not at all. True waiting is not waiting for things, but waiting for God. That is, if this thing shows up before you, I will wait for you. Are you with me? Because that was what the devil wanted to do when he said, if you are the Son of God, jump from, say, bow to me. I will give you all the glory. It is giving result without process. If what you are waiting for is result, you will bow. You will bow. It's just a matter of what your price is. And as time passes, your time becomes cheaper. As time passes, your price, becomes what? Cheaper. Because you become more desperate. Hebrews 11 from verse 32. And what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, of Barak, of Samson, of Jephthah, of David also, of Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weaknesses were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to fight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. And others had trials of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. Let's read verse 39 together. 1, 2, 3, go. And this all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not. You want to hear the truth? The proof of God's faithfulness is not when you receive what you are waiting for. It is, even if I don't get it, I acknowledge Him as faithful. we must come to this point before we can even start talking about anything. You know, that was the point of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that the God we serve is able to deliver us from you and your fiery furnace. But even if He does not, so you must have that settled in your mind. God will show up, and if He does not, He is still faithful. That is it. He will show up. I know my Redeemer liveth. I know He will come at the time. But if despite this, He doesn't, I deem Him faithful. It doesn't matter the prophecies that have gone ahead of you. It doesn't matter the words. I know God will. And if He does not, He is still faithful. They obtained a good report, not a good result. Report. Sometimes your best report is when you are still in process. You pray more, you fast more, you study more. It looks like as from the day you get it, your report starts declining. May you obtain a good report. Both during, before, and after, may you obtain a good report. May you not miss God. May results not take you out of God's presence. May results not change the testimony of your faith. So Abraham obtained a good report, and the presence of Isaac was altering the report. So God said, sacrifice him, because your report is more important than your result. The testimony of heaven about you. Remember the teaching I taught you a few weeks back? Wonders in heaven. That there are times that your life is an amazement even to angelic rulers, or to those on earth. You are just somebody. A good report. You must choose whom your testimony will matter to. Tonight is not such bread and butter teaching. It is us knowing as true Christians that this is the reality of our faith.